High school seniors across the country are in one of the most challenging stages of their young lives, choosing where to go to college. For some, that may mean going to school for academic purposes only, but for others, that means of chasing their dreams and becoming a college athlete. As a retired college athlete myself, a piece of advice I wish someone gave me was to be ready to balance athletics with academics. According to the NFHS, in the 2024 to 2025 school year, over 8 million students played a high school sport, but they also report that only about 530,000 students go on to play a college sport. Springfield College women's soccer head coach Kirsten Shade played Division I soccer at both NC State and Kansas State.
I loved my experience. I wouldn't be doing what I do now if I didn't love it. There were highs and lows along the way, but I learned so much about myself and about life, and I do what I do now to give back. Balancing academics and athletics is something that took time for me. I struggled, you go from on high school where things are a lot easier, right? Classes are easier, what you're learning is easier, and then going to school, I didn't have the tools to study. I didn't know how to study. I didn't know how to take good notes, those kinds of things. So balancing those two was difficult for me for at least a couple years. And then you kind of get into the groove a little bit. And by the time I made it to K-State, I had kind of figured out what worked for me and what didn't. And, those were some of my most successful years. So I'm thankful for all the things that I learned because now I get to help people.
In her time at Kansas State, Kirsten Shade met her future husband, Chad Shade. Chad played 4 years of Division III football and baseball at Springfield College before transferring to Division I Kansas State. Chad was named to the All-Academic Conference team 6 times between 2 sports in his 4 years before returning to Springfield in 2025 as head coach of the baseball team.
The main thing was just the time management, and I think Springfield does a great job with giving you the resources to be able to find ways to manage your time and also, accomplish what you need to both as an athlete and as a student. I got a lot of support from friends that were in my major. I decided to go into physical education, and also people in some other classes that were, some of the tougher classes, sciences that, I felt like were students, some of them student athletes that were doing really well in those courses. So finding ways to study with other people, finding ways to, see what I can do to, make sure I keep my grades up while also competing on the fields. I think that was, the best strategy for me in kind of just figuring out how I can manage that time and, kind of maximize everything that I'm doing throughout the day.
Emily Goodson is another member of the Springfield College community who has experience balancing academics with athletics. Goodson played Division I soccer at Creighton, as well as Division II soccer at Regis in Colorado. Goodson is a certified athletic counselor and sports psychologist, meaning she also specializes in mental health, specifically for student athletes.
Overall, literally take out your agenda, your planner. First, buy one. Secondly, write out all of your assignments. That way you don't miss any. And you can also write it in the monthly section too. So when you start putting games in there, when you're going to be away. When you're going to need to do your assignments earlier. Staying organized that way, I think, just allows you to really clear the space mentally to be present wherever you are.
Owen Dawson is a sophomore at Springfield College who balances his academics with 2 sports, football and lacrosse. Dawson never has an off-season or extra free time in a certain semester, with the jump from football season to lacrosse season being only a couple weeks apart. Despite the constant busy schedule, Dawson has been named to the Dean's List for 3 consecutive semesters. His top tip for success: stay on top of everything.
First and foremost, just keeping, as a student athlete, so staying on top of your grades, whether it's going to get a tutor, extra help with a professor, office hours, whatever that may be, finding a study group, just staying on top of sports, and then taking care of your body too.
After speaking with coaches, students, and staff at Springfield College about the balance of academics and athletics, I am certain of one thing: you can manage the balance. Reporting for SCTV3, I'm Tyler Semonich.